gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Shock and disbelief in a normally quiet Baltimore County neighborhood after a man is shot on Father's Day. Hello, everybody. I'm Nikki Zizaza.
And I'm Stefan Dingle. Welcome to those of you watching on CBS News Baltimore and here on WJZ TV. In our top story, police are still investigating the circumstances of that Father's Day shooting.
Tonight, that victim is still recovering.
WJZ is on your corner tonight in Rosedale.
Miana Massey with the latest on the investigation and reaction from neighbors. Miana.
Yeah, well, Nikki and Stefan, it has really shaken this community. And neighbors tell me that it all began in this walkway right here. It's often used to pass through to 7-Eleven or Rite Aid just up the street. Well, we spoke to a woman who didn't want to be on camera for fear of her own safety, but she tells us what she heard from her home on Sunday night.
Just a pop, 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 pop. And I knew distinctly that that was gunshots. Didn't sound like fireworks, didn't sound like any cars backfiring. I just knew it was. There were 3 guys running down off the hill by my house.
The shooting.
Damn. So she says there were 3 guys, which we all know what that sounds like. 3 super gremlins on demon time. And it looks like they stuck Buddy up, okay, in a pretty unassuming neighborhood. You know, the neighbors are saying these types of things never happen here. And it's sad that you pretty much have to be on guard wherever you go, even in your own neighborhood.
Happened near Martinique Road and Lisa Court in Rosedale. In a post on Facebook, the victim's sister says 3 men demanded he hand over everything. He gave them his wallet, then took off running and was shot in the buttocks.
Damn, so he did the right thing. He gave him the wallet, then dipped, because, you know, these types of super gremlins, they will delete you right then and there, even if you comply. That's how dirty and that's how devious these super gremlins on demon time are. And you really have to watch your back. Okay. So this glider, he slid up on out of there and he saw that, yo, these dudes are serious and they're willing to take my life over pretty much nothing. You know, he complied. He did everything he was supposed to do, and they still were going to delete him. I mean, what's the point of shooting a guy when he runs off, right? So that just shows you that they planned on deleting him right then and there. So you got to be very careful out here, guys. Hopefully they get these guys up off the street, but it's not likely.
This is the very first shooting in this neighborhood that I know of for the last 23 years. It was very surprising, and the neighbors are very shocked.
Peter.
So you got the Nigerian immigrants saying, hey, man, everybody's shocked. And this brother, he's like, you know, you FBA ninjas, y'all just ruin it for everybody.
Ray is the president of the Neighborhood Association and has known the victim for decades. Ray tells us he's loved by many, a good guy, never into any trouble, and willing to help anyone.
If anybody needs him, he will help you.
Okay.
That is the type of young man that I saw grow up.
Yeah.
He's in his 40s, but he's been a wonderful neighbor. He grew up here.
Neighbors say he's still recovering and that this walkway here has been a concern for years, inviting unwelcome guests into the usually quiet neighborhood.
It was a little concerning that this happened in our neighborhood. It's a quiet little neighborhood. There is this pass through here by Rite Aid that's a little concerning.
They want action, something to be done to keep community members safe. Ray suggesting a fence to close this area off.
People are shaking, to the core. Neighbors are very afraid that this could probably magnify to something different.
And so the man's sister says he is now home from the hospital and is on crutches. And police say they really need your help to find these 3 suspects. So if you have any information, you are urged to give them a call. I'm Yana Massey reporting live in Rosedale for WJZ.
Yo, what's good, BGZM News 17 family? I'm at the corner of Jesse Jackson and Marcus Garvey, and I got some bad news for you. As you can see, I lost my job. I'm out here living in cardboard boxes outside of boarded up vacant homes. YouTube said I'm done getting money out here in these streets. They even took my funky ass suit. So anything right now would help. So go ahead and hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, hit that GoFundMe, hell, cop the merch. Or if you want to make the long-term commitment to the Jinquavius Jackson Fund, join the Patreon so that I can continue to put out top-notch content each and every day. Also, check out the Rumble, where there is absolutely no censorship. Link in the description box below.
Hey, yo, ain't that nigga Jinquavius? Yo, I recognize.
No, that's not me no more.
Hey, yo, run your property.
Y'all killing me with this shit.
Do the opposite of Antonio Brown and take
What
all your
more do you want from me?
Here on WMAR. But now local news. We have an 18-year-old behind bars charged in a mass shooting and killing 2 people hours apart from one another. One of the victims, popular boxer Ernest Hall. WMAR 2 News' Brittany Werner is at the location where police finally caught up with Hall's accused killer. Brittany.
Man.
I'm standing outside Dunbar High
School.
This is where police arrested Jabre Griffith. He was an 18-year-old student who was enrolled here. He's now facing several felony charges, including murder.
There's never a dull moment here in the city, as we can hear. There's never a dull moment. Our kids these days, we need to come together as in a community, especially with our males, get together and see the root of this problem.
It's the outcry of concern in this West Baltimore community after hearing 18-year-old Jabre Griffith is now behind bars and partly responsible for a mass shooting that killed Ernest Hall and injured 5 others ranging in ages 16 to 25.
Wow, so we have a super teen gremlin on demon time who is responsible for this mass shooting. And this is obviously not going to be reported. The community's gonna continue to be silent on it. Okay. I'm going to continue to be silenced on it. That's why all of my videos are going to end up going to the Patreon. So guys, if you want to keep up with what I'm doing, everything's going to go to Patreon. I took some time off to really think about my strategy with this channel, and I don't want to stop, but I can't just continue to get community guideline and all these other little strikes for really trying to expose the truth, copyright, all this stuff. So I'm just going to go to Patreon. So, make sure that you guys follow me over there if you're still interested in this type of contact. But anyways, let's get to the main topic. I mean, these young kids are out of control. Obviously, it goes without saying, sisters, come get your kids. Okay. But I mean, it's getting to the point where these super teen gremlins, I mean, it is bad out here. I mean, worse than worse. They are completely gone. There is no saving them. A lot of them, not all of them, but a good amount. There is no saving them.
A young man, 18 years old, that means he's gone for life. Who wants that? He haven't even started living his life yet. It hardens my heart.
Police arrested Griffith at Dunbar High School, where he was a student. Charging documents show the same .40 caliber used in the mass shooting that killed Ernest Hall was linked to a different shooting 11 hours later, killing 26-year-old Makai Strong and injuring a 25-year-old woman.
So he is on a rampage, and I'm telling you guys right now, these super gremlins, that I'm telling you, they're taking pride in deleting people, women, children, other men, other black men. It doesn't matter. They really truly take pride in that. And this is what you guys don't understand, the mentality of these super teen gremlins on demon time. That's why he was able to keep going. He knew he caught a body, and all it did was amp him up.
We're losing our sons, our nephews, our grandsons.
Hold up, run it back. She's speaking some real.
Injuring a 25-year-old woman.
We're losing our sons, our nephews, our grandsons every day. Our men, especially our black men.
That shooting happened off York Road and Woodbourne Avenue, but charging documents also show in the mass shooting near the corner of Edmondson Avenue and North Franklin Town Road, police found 49 shell casings from 3 different guns and 20 shell casings from the .40 caliber at the crime scene on York Road hours later, where Makai Strong died as a result. Police say Griffith was seen in several surveillance cameras, leaving both scenes driving his registered vehicle as the getaway car.
I feel for their family too, because what mother, what parent wants their child going to prison or jail at an early age?
Bruh. So the sister says she feels for the mother of the super teen gremlin. And this is why we're going nowhere. This young gentleman killed 2 people. End of discussion. That should be it.
What mother, what parent wants their child going to prison or jail at an early age?
Police also arrested a 15-year-old who they say pulled the trigger alongside Griffith in that mass shooting, and they are still looking to identify a third person.
What you gonna learn behind them bars? Your life is gone. I empathize with both families, and prayerfully somebody learned something out of this. Stop this killing.
I spoke with some other people in that community where the mass shooting happened. They were around the area that day. They remember hearing those gunshots and having to duck for cover. Today, they're thankful this 18-year-old has been arrested, thankful that justice may finally be served, and hopeful that he will get the help that he needs. Brittany Werner.
He will get the help that he needs? Whoa. What? What about the families of the people that he deleted? Killed 2 people, shot 6 people. What about the people he injured? How could she say that with a straight face, the help he needs? He needs the electric chair.
WMAR 2 News.
Another big story we're following tonight, arrested at his own high school. A disturbing update as Baltimore City Police take an 18-year-old into custody at Dunbar High. This in connection to multiple murders, they say, including the killing of a young boxer. WJZ Live just outside of Baltimore City Police headquarters tonight. Alex Glaze with much more on the arrest of 18-year-old Jabre Griffith. And Alex, what can you tell us about these charges tonight?
Well, Rick, if you remember back in April, a 15-year-old was charged with first-degree murder and 5 counts of attempted first-degree murder in connection to the mass shooting that happened on Edmondson Avenue back in March. And that shooting claimed the life of local boxer Ernest Hall and left 5 other people injured. Today we learned that police believe that 18-year-old Dunbar student also participated in that shooting, in addition to another shooting that happened 24 hours later.
Jabre Griffith remains in custody Tuesday after his arrest last week at Dunbar High School, where he's a student. Griffith is facing...
So they pulled up on bro while he was in second period. You cannot make this stuff up.
32 charges in connection to 2 shootings, including 2 counts of murder and 6 counts of attempted murder. Police believe Griffith participated in shootings less than 24 hours apart, which left 2 men dead and 6 others injured in Baltimore. Ernest Hall is one of the men Griffith is charged with killing. Hall was a local boxer who was beloved in Baltimore.
Ernest was a superstar in society, not only in the boxing community. He was a good person.
Police also believe Jabre Griffith shot and killed Micah Strong and wounded a second victim in the 5400 block of York Road.
less than 24 hours after the mass shooting on Edmondson Avenue. According to charging documents, police executed a search warrant on the vehicle Griffith drove to school on the day of his arrest. Investigators found a loaded .40 caliber handgun with a wiped serial number,
and this man still got the murder weapon on him.
Plastic bags containing a green plant substance suspected to be cannabis, a Tupperware bowl containing a white powdery substance suspected to be heroin or fentanyl, and a digital scale. As a result of that search, Griffith is facing additional gun and drug-related charges.
And I sure hope they really give this guy a very stiff penalty, the stiffest they can possibly do.
I mean, he deserves a death penalty at this point. He deleted 2 people, facilitated a mass shooting. I mean, if he was a white guy with a Confederate flag, dude, he'd be out of here. He'd be out of here.
And police have not indicated a motive in either shooting that they believe Griffith participated in. They say that both investigations are still ongoing. In downtown Baltimore, Alex Glaze, WJZ.
Amy, thank you. In a city in crisis tonight, a Baltimore City high school student is arrested and charged with 2 counts of homicides and 6 shootings. Now, one of those incidents involved a mass shooting that killed a local boxer and injured 5 others in West Baltimore. Alexa Ashwell is live right now outside Dunbar High School, where police say the teen was arrested last week. Alexa?
Yes, Kai, officials confirmed Jabre Griffith was enrolled as a senior here at Dunbar High School. The 18-year-old was arrested in the school parking lot last week. Court documents we obtained indicate officers found drugs and a loaded .40 caliber gun in Griffith's car. Investigators say it's the same type of weapon used in both homicides.
A Baltimore City high school student charged with 2 homicides and 6 shootings, including the murder of local boxer Ernest Hall. Police arresting Jabre Griffith, a senior here at Dunbar High School, in the school parking lot June 6. Newly obtained court documents detailing how investigators connected the 18-year-old to 2 deadly shootings, a mass shooting and a double shooting that happened on the same day, March 23rd, also a listed school day.
Damn. So it sounds like either he ditched or spun the block after school. I mean, what type of after school programs they got up in Baltimore? I mean, this is crazy.
Avenue. Just minutes after midnight, police say 6 people were shot here on Edmondson Avenue in West Baltimore. 5 of the victims in their teens or early 20s survived, but 33-year-old boxer Ernest Hall, who had reportedly just stopped at the store, was killed.
Wrong place, the wrong time.
Court documents detailing at the scene, officers found nearly 50 shell casings, including from a .40 caliber handgun. Fast forward 11 hours.
5488 York Road.
Police say a man and a woman walk into an area hospital with gunshot wounds after being shot on York Road in North Baltimore. Victim Micah Strong is later pronounced dead.
Dang.
At the scene, approximately 20 shell casings are found. And according to court documents, firearms examiners were able to confirm the same .40 caliber handgun used in this incident was used in the murder of Ernest Hall. And GPS evidence, along with video evidence, shows Jabre Griffith using his registered vehicle as the getaway vehicle in both incidents.
Damn, this dude is... Not only is he a demonic figure, but he is also stupid. Just stuck on stupid. You using your own car. I mean, these guys, they're never going to learn. You gotta put them down. I mean, the death penalty needs to be an option, and I can understand putting them on death row and trying to give opportunity for appeal and all that other kind of stuff. I mean, I get that, but getting cheap labor as well, I understand. But I mean, come on, man. This is ridiculous, and they're still dealing with him, especially the media, dealing with him with kid gloves. They're not calling him a monster, an animal, or, some type of menace. They're just saying, oh, he needs help.
Griffith arrested more than 2 months later. Agents with the Warrant Apprehension Task Force moving in on the teen as he pulled into the school parking lot. In addition to a loaded .40 caliber handgun, the same type of weapon reportedly used in both homicides, Court documents detail officers seized drugs, including suspected heroin and fentanyl, as well as a digital scale from Griffith's car. The teen now also facing drug charges as questions remain about a believed motive in the deadly shootings.
Now, you may recall back in April, BPD arrested and charged a 15-year-old with murder in this deadly mass shooting.
Right.
Again, the believed motives in these crimes, police not yet saying. Reporting live in Baltimore, Alexa Ashwell, Fox 45 News.
Thanks, Alexa. Well, new data from a Gonzales poll shows where Marylanders stand on key public safety issues. According to the results, 89% of Maryland voters want possession of a stolen firearm to be a felony in the state. Pollster Patrick Gonzalez saying it's one of the most popular public safety proposals when it comes to does
it even matter if y'all are just gonna let them out once they catch the charge? Because that is a pretty serious charge, possession of a stolen firearm. But all these gun laws that y'all are trying to implement, the criminals don't care about laws. You have to follow through, and there is no follow through when it comes to these laws that end up getting passed.
Bipartisan support.
Here, there is near unanimity. About 90% of Marylanders, whether they're black or white or male or female or young or old or progressive or conservative, agree that the possession of a stolen firearm should be a felony.
In response to that polling data, the Maryland House Republican Caucus releasing a statement calling for stricter gun laws. The state GOP saying they've pushed forward proposals that would make illegal gun ownership a felony on multiple occasions, but it has failed to pass each time. The Republicans citing the data are calling on Democrats to accept the plans in hopes of cracking down on gun crime. That brings us to our question of the day. Do you think the state legislature is doing enough to tackle illegal guns? We just opened this poll, so to make your voice heard, head to foxbaltimore.com/vote. In a city in crisis tonight, court records show the Dunbar High School teen accused of committing 2 separate murders in the same day. One of those, a mass shooting, had a juvenile record. Alexa Ashwell has the renewed calls for juvenile justice reform.
Dunbar High School senior Jabre Griffith, yet another young person.
So they're going to reform the reform. I'm just trying to figure out how this is good. They're going to reform the reform. Because they've already reformed the juvenile system to make it more lenient on these super teen gremlins. Now they're trying to reform it back to stringent. I don't know. 10 years ago, reform meant a totally different thing. Now I get nervous when they talk about reform because all it sounds like to me is they want to make it easier for these super gremlins on demon time.
Who investigators say went on to commit violent crimes, as an adult.
When you commit an act like this and then head to a school and you're caught at the school and arrested, and even when you're arrested, you got to control dangerous substances with you, meaning that this pattern of behavior was likely to continue.
Baltimore police announcing Griffith's arrest yesterday. Court records detailing agents took him into custody from the parking lot of his school June 6. The 18-year-old is accused of committing 2 murders and 6 shootings on March 23rd, a listed school day. A mass shooting in West Baltimore where local boxer Ernest Hall was killed and 5 others injured.
5488
And 11 hours later, a double shooting that killed Micah Strong. Court documents highlighting a troubling trend. Griffith, who turned 18 just 3 months ago, listed here as an adjudicated delinquent. This means he violated the law as a juvenile before going on to allegedly commit these crimes as an adult. Dr. Tyrone Powers says the holes in the juvenile justice system are evident. 18-year-old Arthur McCaden, yet another example. Sources say the teen was under the supervision of the Department of Juvenile Services when he committed 5 armed robberies, one resulting in the death of a T-Mobile employee.
We have to look at all parts of the system. What is going on in the juvenile facilities? What happens when a young person is adjudicated delinquent and charged with delinquent acts? What happens to change that behavior?
And they're not really doing much. When you look at these juvenile systems, a lot of them are very violent. You got these young kids. They're going through puberty. They're trying to prove themselves in the streets. They get into gangs early. And they're fighting more than the regular prisoners because I'm not saying they don't have the capacity to kill at that age, but you know, their physical capacity is more or less limited. I mean, obviously they have the ability to, but I mean, it's a huge question, man. But they're fighting a lot.
The intervention. What happens in our correctional system that allows people to not fear it or not worry about the consequences?
It's a concern Fox 45 News took to Vincent Schiraldi, who took the helm as Maryland's Secretary of Juvenile Services earlier this year. Schiraldi admitting there are a lot of things that could be better with DJS right now. He says a lot of it comes down to programming they're working to improve.
What we're doing right now is we're talking to prosecutors and talking to police about who are the kids on our caseload that are most likely to either shoot somebody or be shot. And then we are going to work with law enforcement and communities and our staff to wrap services around those young people and also pay close attention to them.
Alexa Ashwell, Fox 45 News.
Well, according to court records, Griffith is scheduled to appear in court for a preliminary hearing July 5th.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.